Now on CoastTV News.
Drought easing rain for Delmarva. We saw rounds of heavy rain overnight and windy conditions. Coming up, I'll have rainfall totals and talk about a drying trend for the next couple of days.
Wet and windy night. What has been taking place this morning, and are there still effects of the big storm?
Park repairs under review. That is what is expected to take place tonight in Lewis, where the city is placing its priorities.
Getting regulations ahead of the summer season, we look at the policies that are close to becoming finalized in Ocean City.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elise Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you know, if you slept through last night's storm,
If you did,
you
yeah.
are a heavy sleeper because there were
That's for
some
sure.
thunder boomers, a lot of rain, a lot of wind.
And I'm a heavy sleeper, and I woke up multiple times, unfortunately.
I woke up,
Yeah.
couldn't fall back to sleep, so I'm kind of like, I need that second cup of
Always
coffee.
ideal on a Monday, right? Yes, yes.
But hey, you and Bob wearing green. I forgot my green, but
I know.
celebrate the
Well, I did pick
luck
this,
of the Irish.
I did pick this out the night before, so I'll give myself that.
Yeah.
So, but I had to wear green today. Bob, unfortunately, he has green socks on, but Bob, you can't wear a green tie.
No, I can't, but I am donning the green socks. And I actually have a leprechaun hat, too, that I can't show on the green screen. But happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. It certainly is a very wet start to our day. That was a 6-hour replay of the thunderstorms we picked up last night, the very heavy rain. Still seeing steady to heavy rain around Laurel, back through Bridgeville right now. We had a little break about an hour ago, but now the rain is filling back in across Sussex County near Selbyville. A little break around Salisbury, but then farther to the east on Highway 50 towards Ocean Pines and Cinnapunxet, you're seeing some heavier rain there. And then those heavier showers back into the eastern shore from Denton down to Agner. And then Cambridge, you're also seeing the heavy showers. And we're not done there because we have more rain moving out of eastern Virginia into Crisfield, moving from southwest to northeast. And this extends down to the southern tip of Delmarva. So we've got a few more hours of rain as low pressure is developing along the front, and it's slowly moving to the north and east. We will gradually start to dry things out, but it's going to take a little while. And once we do, it's going to get breezy, and then we'll finally see some afternoon sunshine. It's mild out there right now. Temperatures in the 50s. Winds are light now, but they'll be picking up with time. And we're still looking at that heavier rain through about 6, 7 a.m. Watch for ponding on the roads, flooding in poor drainage areas. By 9, the heaviest rain is along the coast, and then we'll start to finally dry it out. By noon, mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Then we see some sunshine for the latter part of St. Patrick's Day. Not all is lost. Some luck of the Irish. 50s and low 60s by 3 o'clock, and then cool and breezy for this evening. Your ferry ride up to Cape May is a wet one through 10 a.m., so dress accordingly. And then it starts to dry out by midday with temperatures in the mid-50s and winds getting gusty.
I mean, here we have some more evidence of that soaking from overnight. We're going to take a look at Bethany Beach. This is a few hours ago where Coastal Highway intersects with Route 26, and you can see that heavy rain from the light posts on the highway. Elisa, you have what we were seeing in Ocean City earlier this morning.
Yeah, Matt, this is the same highway, a little further south in a different state. It's also a different view. This was high atop 94th Street in Ocean City about an hour before we went on the air. You can see that rain hitting this camera, and if you look down and to the right, that wind is blowing the water across Coastal Highway. And across our country, severe storms moved through parts of Missouri over the weekend, leaving behind a path of destruction. On your screen right now is where a tornado toppled parts of that state. And in one area, 8 businesses were hit.
Intense rain also hitting central North Carolina on Sunday. And Raleigh, flash flood warnings were issued. Up to 2 inches of rain fell. It caused street flooding, and as you can see, it made driving difficult.
Tonight, Milton officials could take action on buying several lots of land in the town. It is with the eye on the future that this is being considered. We're going to take a look at that area of land, and on your screen right now is 200 block of Mulberry Street and the 100th block of Magnolia Street. If you are familiar with the town, this is just north of Tequila Real, and this area could be used to build the future police station and a town meeting space. That land will be discussed at tonight's mayor and town council meeting.
And happening tonight, there is concern over the city parks in Lewis. Several of them are listed on the city's website as having safety issues such as lighting, and walking liabilities.
At George H.P. Smith Park, the walkway around that pond is what city officials say is a safety issue. As you can see, the path is pretty narrow, and the city says after that pond is rehabilitated, they will bring in ADA compliance. Another area of concern, repairing the bricks at the Zwanadale Park.
And it's not just the parks. The city says the lighting at Savannah and Johnny Walker beaches, they're also safety issues too. Some people in Lewis, especially seniors that we spoke with, think these discussions are important.
The safety part of it would be, for me, walking, like what's underneath on the ground, as long as it would be something that would make me feel more steady as I'm walking along. Maybe railings here or there would be helpful.
And all the projects you just heard mentioned, as well as the walkway safety issue, they're capital projects, meaning they're expected to cost some money.
Happening today in Fenwick Island, officials will look at light pollution in the town. According to the agenda, officials could approve a dark skies resolution discussed at a previous meeting. Officials are also set to review the education campaign for the initiative and discuss lighting design guidelines for Channel Point. All of this is set to begin at 10 a.m.
Now, Lewis has looked at similar actions related to light pollution. Here is what that city's planning commission is attempting to do. They're looking at increasing energy efficiency, reducing glare, and increasing driver and pedestrian safety. Now, one of the changes that could be recommended to City Council would be dimming lights around the city by about 35% between midnight and dawn.
We have an update on several stories we've been covering in Ocean City, and they all appear to be coming to a head at tonight's council meeting. Here are the ones getting a second reading. These include a moratorium on short-term rental licenses, increased parking fines for violations during big events like the Independence Day fireworks, and fining boardwalk businesses for displaying items deemed vulgar, which would start at a $500 fine for a first offense. The second reading usually follows with these organizations being finalized and implemented.
Now, taking a live look at Washington, D.C., a government shutdown that was averted over the weekend, and the Trump administration is saying it's full steam ahead with its economic policies. That includes new import taxes on foreign goods and the continued slashing of foreign agencies and workers.
This is occurring at a time of volatility for the stock market, and NBC's Alice Barr shows us how now the administration is locked in a fight with a federal judge over mass deportations.
President Trump arriving back in Washington overnight amid controversy over a very different round of flights. The deportations of roughly 300 immigrants the White House alleges are Venezuelan gang members to a prison in El Salvador.
I can tell you this, these were bad people.
The president claiming authority under the Alien Enemies Act, rarely used and only in times of war. A federal judge quickly blocked the move, ordering the deportation flights back to the U.S., but they did not all return. The White House adamant it did not defy a court order. The administration appealed the judge's ruling, arguing it was issued after the planes had left U.S. territory. All as President Trump defended his tariff strategy, with a new NBC News poll finding 54% of those surveyed disapprove of his early performance on the economy. The president pointing to reciprocal tariffs on nearly all trading partners set to take effect in 2 weeks.
We're going to be getting back some of the wealth that very, very foolish presidents gave away.
The Treasury Secretary saying recent stock market plunges are an adjustment to what he argues are necessary new policies.
We are resetting and we are putting things on a sustainable path.
Democrats are split over how to respond after the party's Senate leader led a move to back a Republican funding bill to prevent a government shutdown.
I don't think you save the republic and save our democracy by playing it straight and maintaining norms when the president is shattering them every single day.
A growing divide over presidential power. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. We'll show you the turnout along the coast at Maryland's largest St. Patrick's Day parade.
Also, Lewis looks at funding. We'll tell you about the ongoing situation there as the fire department explains why more money is needed.
But first, tax season success, why officials say refunds are not delayed despite recent challenges to the IRS. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store. where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's of Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
6:12 on this Monday morning. It's a rainy one on the St. Patrick's Day. Bay Health Cam 55 in Dover right now. You saw the rain falling past the lights there. We continue to see the rain. That's a 6-hour replay of the rain and thunderstorms that we picked up. Georgetown, Milton to Lewis, down to Ocean View, seeing some steady to heavy rain right now. A little gap far southern Sussex County, but more of that rain filling in now across Maryland and the Eastern Shore. And we'll continue to see this rain as we go through time. There's more back through Eastern Virginia, and that rain could be heavy at times as we go through the morning hours. As it slowly starts to move to the east, we're watching low pressure along the front, and eventually we will start to dry things out. Not this morning. Gave it the red light for the morning commute. Watch for ponding and flooding on the roads. Delay travel if you can by a couple of hours, and then much better for the PM commute. Gave it the green light. Breezy and drier conditions.
Bob, happening today in Sussex County. 3 properties will go before the Board of Assessment for review. One in Milford, Georgetown, and Lewis. The property in Milford is located on Crossroads Lane, in Georgetown on Avalon Road, and in Lewis on Henlopen and Shores Circle. The Sussex County Board of Assessment meets in just a few hours at 10 a.m.
Dagsboro town officials are looking at curbing development, and we're expecting the council tonight to propose either a public referendum on this or propose a development moratorium. Also, the council is scheduled to continue its review of a nuisance ordinance.
Milton street sweeping will take place this week. Officials say cleaning will happen on all of the town streets now through March 21st. And to ensure efficient cleaning and maintenance, officials are asking people to avoid parking on the streets during this time.
Salisbury stepping up its spring cleaning just a little bit early. The city says free bulk pickup begins today. People living in Salisbury who want to participate, they must call field operations to schedule a pickup, and the last day to get rid of any unwanted belongings is Friday.
The deadline for Americans to file their taxes is now less than a month away, and the Internal Revenue Service, like many other government departments, has faced changes since the Trump administration took over. Despite that, tax professionals tell CNN they are not seeing any problems with people filing their taxes or getting refunds.
Federal Trade Commission says it sent $337 million worth of refunds to consumers last year. The FTC's annual report on refunds to consumers breaks down refunds by state. It also has a list of cases. Nearly $100 million went to consumers who were cheated by benefit technologies for what are being called sham health plans.
Definitely a rainy start to our St. Patrick's Day and a dark one still on the Tunnel and Razor Cam Lewis. Sun's not up for another hour or so as the rain continues this morning. Tapers off in a few hours. Sunshine later today. I'll have the latest rain totals and your work week forecast. Some more late week rain. Not as heavy as this round. Your forecast in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Coast TV News can be heard on 93.5 The Beach.
The hammers are smashing, the glasses are raising, and the fun times await at Bushel Sports Bar and Grill in Lewis. Explore our selection of off-season entrees and mouth-watering signature sandwiches that are sure to satisfy any palate. Relax and enjoy local craft brews and specialty cocktails watching your favorite sports team, or compete with your friends at some 8-ball. And indulge yourself with year-round all-you-can-eat crabs served by the bucketful and seasoned to perfection. For good vibes with a friendly atmosphere, visit Bushel's on Coastal Highway today.
For a great shopping experience, Furniture Gallery is the place to pick up one-of-a-kind signature finds to complete your home decor. Come explore our selection of handcrafted furniture and get all the supplies you need for your own DIY projects. And through the doors is Shore Marketplace, where you'll find the most unique local shops at the beach. With over 40 local artisans, Shore Marketplace is truly a local connection you cannot afford to miss. And next door you'll find Scrub Apparel outlets. All this under one roof with easy access off Coastal Highway North.
For greatness. Get more with DSN Plus. Subscribe today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Time is 6:17, and we're getting a live look at a windy Lewis. You can see the flags down there at the bottom of your screen. This is at the Roosevelt Inlet, and boy, we could hear that rain, heavy rain overnight. And Bob, you're now working on some data to back up what we experienced.
Yeah, we had all that wind yesterday. Temperatures in the 70s, Matt. I mean, it was beautiful. Got really windy in the evening, and then the rains moved in, and boy, did they get heavy overnight. Now, we like to see the rain, not all at once, but of course, we're still in the drought, and this definitely helps. Dagsboro, 3.51 inches of rain in the past 24 hours. Delmar, 3.44. Rehoboth, 3.38. Indian River Inlet, 2.89. Bethany Beach coming in with 2.67 inches of rain, and Georgetown, 2.29. And some more recent entries. Laurel, a little over 2 inches for you. About an inch and a third at Slaughter Beach. Seaford, almost an inch. In Milton, 3.13 inches of rain. And the rain continues, not as heavy as it was last night. And you see some of these lightning bolts in here, too, in the last 6 hours. We're not going to look at any more thunder, just some rain. And it looks like we are seeing a little gap in the steady rain across southern parts of Sussex County. Milton still seeing rain. Lewis down to Fenwick Island as well. But that rain's going to fill back in again from the south. Salisbury, you're back in the rain, too, as is Liberty Town and Ocean Pines, and the Eastern Shore from Easton down to Taylor's Island and Cambridge. You're in that steady rain, and there's more heavy rain now for the Eastern Shore of Virginia back into the Chesapeake Bay, and this is headed our way, so we are definitely not done with the rain yet as we see that rain extending into the Hampton Roads area. But you see the real heavy rain starting to push offshore as low pressure is developing essentially over the top of us along a front, and it's going to take a while for this rain to start to move to the east. But once it does, we will get into some dry air behind this system, and that'll take a while, but we will dry it out as we go into this afternoon. So we do dry out a part of our St. Patrick's Day. Temperatures right now, not bad, into the mid-50s, still pretty mild out there as the winds are light from the north. They'll be picking up with time. Here's Futurecast at 6:30, mid-50s with the rain, and watch for ponding on the roads. There's a lot of big puddles out there and flooding in poor drainage areas with temperatures in the 50s. I think the real heavy rain starts to move offshore by mid-morning, but still some scattered showers, temperatures in the 50s, and then we're just mostly cloudy at noon. The sun comes out this afternoon, so that'll be nice, and it gets pretty breezy with temperatures in the 50s to near 60, a little cooler at the beaches. Through the overnight hours, it gets breezy, and it gets cold by Tuesday morning. It's clear. We're above freezing, but there's going to be a bite to that wind for sure. And then into Tuesday, lots of sunshine, and by the afternoon, lower 60s and a little cooler at the beaches. As our winds are shifting to the northwest this morning, they get gusty this afternoon, 25 to 30 miles per hour. And overnight with that breeze, it's going to be feeling colder than the 30s, feeling more like 20s tomorrow morning. And then those winds do lighten up as we go into your Wednesday. Next rain chance comes with the arrival of spring on Thursday. This system not as robust as this one, but a chance of showers later Thursday into Friday. And then it looks like first full day of spring looks blustery and a little cooler. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. We still have the yellow alert for the heavier rain this morning and the ponding on the road. 61, 62 on Tuesday. Wednesday looking nice, 67. Spring showers with the arrival of spring on Thursday, 69. Back to 55 Friday. And looking like highs in the 60s this weekend with a mix of sun and clouds.
Thank you, Bob. As Sussex County continues to grow, local fire and EMS needs, they're growing too. And in Lewis, the fire department says if something doesn't change, they can't afford to keep up their ambulance.
And the fire department says they asked for more money 6 years ago, and they said they did not get enough, and Lewis's population continues to skyrocket. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken shows us what the fire department has to say now.
A plea for help from the Lewis Fire Department. Fire Chief William Buccalow and President A. Wallace Evans say they need more money from Sussex County to keep up with ambulance demand.
They've allowed a lot of growth, but they haven't increased our funding. And in the past 3 years, our deficit on our EMS is $1 million.
The fire department, which is primarily made up of volunteers, says they've gone from responding to, on average, 14 calls a day, both medical and fire calls, to 21 calls a day in just 6 years, which in turn forced the department to hire 8 more EMTs. Lewis Fire says that has doubled operating costs since 2018, and funding, including donations, have not kept pace. We reached out to Sussex County about the letter they received, but they did not have any comment at this time. The question remains, if Lewis cancels its ambulance service, who will respond when people call 911?
We don't know how Rehoboth or Milton or the surrounding areas are going to be able to pick up the extra runs that we're dropping out. Our problem is we've been just running so many of them, and we just can't keep up anymore.
Eileen Beveridge lives in Lewis and tells CoastTV she thinks the county needs to pony up.
It would mean that people would die. If they couldn't get an ambulance and they couldn't get to the hospital or the emergency room, people would die. I think it's a very serious problem.
As more and more people call 911, the call for help grows louder from the Lewis Fire Department. For CoastTV News, I'm Emma Aiken.
The fire company wanted to make it clear they don't want to dissolve the ambulance service. They say they've been left with no other choice. We did contact the city of Lewis, and they said they were unaware of this letter.
Up next on CoastTV News today, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Today is the big holiday, and we'll show you how communities on the Eastern Shore and across the country honored Irish culture. Don't go anywhere.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
Did you know incomplete insulation jobs cause more problems than they solve? Adding insulation without air sealing and ensuring proper ventilation can cause mold, discomfort, and potential fire hazards with old wiring. For as little as $100, an energy audit and a blower door test can identify these problems ahead of time, so you don't get any surprises during or after the job.
If your insulation contractor isn't proving their work through testing, it's unlikely that any of these issues are being addressed.
For more information on FLC Energy, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital, expert care every day.
Transform your home with Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. Collectively, with over 40 years experience, our expert team has been designing porch enclosures, sunrooms, and awnings that bring comfort and style to your home.
Whether you're looking for protection from the sun or extra living space, we're here to help. Call now to schedule a no-obligation design. We're offering a free electric recessed fireplace with your sunroom purchase, or get a free upgrade to a motorized awning with an awning purchase. Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. We show up.
In your home, every drop of water matters. It's not just H2O, it's health and home comfort. At FHFERP, we take your plumbing personally. For just $29, let us be your home's water experts. We'll scrutinize every pipe to ensure reliability and purity right from the tap. Because we believe water is the lifeblood of your home, we're adding a free water quality test, ensuring your water is as clean and as safe as possible.
Call FHFERP. FHFERP.com.
Today is St. Patrick's Day. We are honoring St. Patrick and Irish culture and heritage. People across the country were decked out in festive attires as they lined up for various parades over the weekend. And the parades that we saw are featuring marching bands, decorated cars, and well-known cultural and political icons.
And that was also the scene on the Eastern Shore. Ocean City hosted Maryland's largest St. Patrick's Day parade over the weekend. And the parade made its way down Coastal Highway with hundreds of onlookers all in their Irish best, enjoying the festivities and maybe a few beverages.
A few.
The parade is made up of dozens of local groups, whether that be first responders, high school bands, or local nonprofits. The beloved tradition is hosted by the Delmarva Irish American Club and started all the way back in 1980. And now, Matt, despite the rain not being enjoyable, my car did read 58 degrees this morning.
You mentioned that. That's the nice thing. Boy, we had some warm weather, especially Sunday.
It was beautiful.
Boy, Bob, overnight wind, rain, not only along the coast, but all over Delmarva.
Yeah, anytime it gets really warm this time of year, we always have to be careful that that's the warmth in front of the storm, and that's exactly what happened Sunday until last night. We still have lingering rain across the beaches this morning, Fenwick Island and Ocean City. Take care out there. Watch for ponding on the roads. Dries out later today with temperatures into the mid-50s. Up the coast, it's going to be a wet ferry ride up to Cape May early on and then drying out. And temperatures steady into the 50s and similar conditions for Rehoboth. Next 3 days in Cambridge, well, today's the wettest one, and then it dries out Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday really mild, and then Crisfield, similar conditions, rain early today, and then drying out Tuesday on into Wednesday. Looks like another chance of rain as spring arrives on Thursday. Much more on your forecast coming up in the next half hour.
The break on Coast TV News today, Ocean City coastal concerns will tell you the number of hot topics set to be front and center for town officials later today.
Also, making Milford magnificent. What's planned for the future of the city's downtown area?
In Milton, major land moves will tell you about the possible additions to the town. Coast TV News today will be right back.
Welcome to Bella Terra, where something new is always in bloom. Explore our 20 greenhouses filled with thousands of plants, from exotic tropicals to beloved natives. Our knowledgeable staff with over 50 years of experience are here to help you take your garden to the next level. Conveniently located off Route 16 between Milton and Ellendale, Bella Terra is your destination for fun-filled gardening adventures. Check us out on our website and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. See you soon at Bella Terra Landscapes and Garden Center.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah,
and they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Our crawl space was really damp, it was really dirty, and it smelled really bad. Working with the Bennett Termite team was easy. I'm very satisfied with their promptness to get here and get the project done. Our home has been super dry since it's been encapsulated. Our heating and our HVAC bills have improved. It's a huge return on your investment, and overall, it's just really something nice that you can do for your home. If I had to give somebody one piece of advice, I would say call Bennett Termite. You won't regret it.
Are you expecting a child or you're the parents of a child up to 5 years old? First Wave Families is here to help you. Through partnership with Maryland Family Network, we offer resources for parents with childcare. All programs are 100% free. That's right, 100% free. We offer parenting classes, mental health workshops, social activities for parents and children, life coaching, and so much more. Located on the campus of Coastal Community Church in Berlin, Maryland. Visit our website to sign up today, www.firstwavefamilies.org.
Now on CoastTV News.
Drought easing rain for Delmarva. We saw rounds of heavy rain overnight and windy conditions. Coming up, I'll have rainfall totals and talk about a drying trend for the next couple of days.
Delmarva deals with drenching. We look at the intensity of the storm along with the damage done in other parts of the U.S.
Milford Makeover, we look at the plans being designed with the goal of providing more reasons for people to live and visit the city on the banks of the Mississippian.
Getting OC policies in place, some of the big ones that could take a big step later today.
This is CoastTV News Today.
March 17th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensa. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
And we're approaching 6:31, and once again, I forgot to wear the appropriate color for the holiday.
Come on, Matt.
I know.
Well, this is I think this and Thanksgiving, my two favorite holidays. I'm very Irish, so if I didn't wear green, I think I'd get some phone calls from my family.
It's in your DNA where it just doesn't register with me.
I know. I always look forward to this day every year. I know Bob's super Irish. He can't wear green because he's a meteorologist, but he has green socks on, so he won't get pinched. You didn't know what that meant, though.
I just learned that a minute ago. Apparently, I got pinching potential later today.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that in this day and age, but that's how it goes. If you don't wear green, I guess you could get pinched. But yeah, don't do that at work. We're looking at a lot of green on the map, pretty fitting for St. Patrick's Day. And we're looking at the 6-hour radar replay. We had a lot of heavy rain overnight, and we're seeing breaks from time to time. But now the rain filling back in southern Sussex County from Delmarva to Millsboro, Selbyville. You're seeing some of the heavy rain. Little break to the north, but Georgetown, you'll be in the rain again. And it's a steady rain from Salisbury to Colburn and Sinnapunxet as this continues to move to the north. Also seeing the rain across the eastern shore. Heavier rain across eastern Virginia now making its way across Chesapeake Bay. So we're not done with the rain here for the next couple of hours, probably in the next 3 hours or so. As we're looking at this rain moving right along the front, we're seeing low pressure rippling along that front, slowly pressing to the east, but still some rain back to our south and west. So we'll be in this for a couple more hours, but the real heavy rain has moved offshore. There is a northwesterly flow behind this, so we will dry it out this afternoon. We'll dry out part of our St. Patrick's Day, so all is not lost. Looking at temperatures in the mid-50s with light winds now. The heavy to steady rain still continues through the 7 o'clock hour. Watch for ponding on the roads, especially in poor drainage areas. Then that heavy rain starts to shift offshore. By noon, some breaks in the clouds and sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures in the low 60s, breezy and cool this evening. If you're a runner, oh boy, you're going to be dodging some raindrops and some big puddles the next few hours. Maybe delay that run till after 9 a.m. once the rain starts to taper off. Still cloudy through noon, but then sunshine, better running weather this afternoon with 50s close to 60 degrees.
Thank you, Bob, and we have been tracking the different traffic cameras along the coast this morning to see the effects of all this rain that we've gotten. This right now is the scene in Dewey Beach, and Matt, you have Fenwick Island.
Yeah, Lisa, check out this. This is some earlier. We had the heavy wind and that rain. You can just see it sweeping up the highway there. It was just an intense night, and now is an intense morning of heavy rain that's dissipating as we move along. And across the country, people in Arkansas, they're beginning to pick up the pieces after devastating tornadoes ripped through that state over the weekend. And we're going to show you some of that damage right here. The National Weather Service says an EF3 tornado tore through Cave City with peak winds of 165 miles per hour. And Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has declared a state of emergency.
Tonight, Milton officials could take action on buying several lots of land in the town. On your screen right now is that potential land the town could buy. This is the 200 block of Mulberry Street and the 100 block of Magnolia Street. This area could be used to build a future police station and town meeting space. That land will be discussed at tonight's mayor and town council meeting.
Some upgrades and overall improvements are on the horizon for the downtown Milford area with a new project that aims to improve the overall standing of the city.
Downtown Milford Incorporated presented a slideshow at a city council workshop on Wednesday. And as CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us, they have a lot on their planner.
There's plans in the works for a more vibrant, more exciting downtown Milford.
Milford is growing. It's one of the fastest growing cities in Sussex County, possibly Delaware, I can't remember, but it is a fast growing city.
Terry Rogers, president of Downtown Milford Incorporated, told council she hopes to expand the number of events downtown, create surveys that locals can use to provide feedback, and much more. All this while still trying to preserve the historic feel of the city.
We are trying to keep up with that growth and trying to make sure that downtown is a great place to live, work, and play.
Isaac Sapp was born and raised in Milford and has 2 kids. He says when the downtown area is active, life is good.
It's just a good plot to see, other kids playing with other kids and meet new people.
Chris Mira thinks improving the roads in and out of Milford should be a top priority at this time.
It's an old town, wasn't built for all the traffic that, like every town around here.
Downtown Milford Incorporated is working to hire a coordinator to help execute these plans. Reporting in Milford, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
Going live now to Ocean City on this St. Patrick's Day morning. It's wet and we still are awaiting some remnants of daylight. It'll be a busy night, however, for the town council. Ocean City is moving closer to having some key ordinances in place for the upcoming summer season. So here are the ones getting a second reading tonight. There's a moratorium on short-term rental licenses. Also, there's increased fines for parking violations during big events like the Independence Day fireworks, and fining boardwalk businesses for displaying items that are deemed vulgar, which would start at $500 actually for a first offense. Second reading usually follows with these ordinances being finalized and implemented.
Another school district referendum will take place this week, this time in the Indian River School District in eastern Sussex County. The expense referendum will take place Thursday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the district is seeking additional funding to help with operating costs along with the recruitment and retention of staff. If voters approve, the referendum will lead to a $24.10 a month tax increase for the average district taxpayer, or about $289 in average.
Happening today in Fenwick Island, officials are taking a look at light pollution in the town. And according to the agenda there, officials, they could approve a dark skies resolution that was brought up and reviewed at a previous meeting. Officials are also set to review the education campaign for the initiative and discuss lighting design guidelines for Channel Point. All this is set to begin in just a few hours at 10 a.m.
We are now taking a live look at the Capitol. Can the Trump administration deport people without hearings, and will it obey judicial decisions? These questions stem from deportations of alleged gang members to El Salvador over the weekend. It's up to a judge to determine if the deportations violated a temporary restraining order, and if so, how to respond. The order demands the administration stop using the Alien Enemies Act to deport people without hearings. In a statement, the press secretary says they were outside U.S. territory by the time of that written order.
I can tell you this, these were bad people.
It does raise questions about whether President Trump and his team are going to follow judges' orders.
A legal analyst says the issue comes down to the location of any planes involved when the judge gave his mandate.
Got more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Prescribed Burns Begin will tell you where to expect the actions across Sussex County and what could delay the blaze.
Also, the Terps are dancing after a year's absence. Maryland back for March Madness. We look at the Terps' path to the Final Four.
And up next, Remembering Racing Pioneer will tell you about the major impact of Eddie Pettyjohn on Milton and the Delaware racing community. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
Everyone has gotten better in the battles.
This is going to be one of my fave moments.
Who is the winner of this battle?
I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm up a creek without a paddle.
Use your hands.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
What's the flavor of psychopath we're dealing with?
A widower?
Who's killed all 3 of his wives.
If we don't find the next victim, we know how this romance ends.
I do.
The Hunting Party, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
Middays with April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through my workday.
She plays my favorite songs.
She helped me find my furry friend.
She's always making me smile.
Listening to April is the best way to get through my workday.
She makes me feel special.
Middays with April, weekdays 10 to 3 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Dorchester County Office of Tourism.
Clap if you love your shell house.
Grace sold us our house in Marsh Island. It was just like instant, we're gonna be friends. We couldn't be happier. We instantly clicked from the second we saw our lot to having each other at our son's birthday parties. It's so comforting to have someone help you through something that can be super overwhelming. Shell is happiness and Shell's home. And Shell is friends. It's friends. I was gonna say that.
It is exactly 6:41 on this wet Monday morning. Here's our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Pretty dark and pretty wet. 56 in Laurel right now, and you can see our 6-hour radar replay, all that rain that moved through overnight. And we're seeing that rain extending through parts of Sussex County now from Highway 9 south and then Highway 13 and points west. And then we're socked in with the rain through Salisbury to Ocean Pines. A little heavier out there towards Cinnapunxet and the Eastern Shore, also seeing the rain. And more heavier rain through areas of eastern Virginia moving over the bay. And we've got a few more hours of rain as low pressure is rippling along a cold front. You can see that rain extending back to our south and west across the Carolinas. But eventually we will dry things out as we go into the afternoon. But it's going to take a little while. This morning I did give the red light. Really be careful out there on your commute. Ponding and flooding on the roads. Take your time. Pack your patience. And then for the afternoon commute, I gave it the green light. Breezy and drier. In case you missed it earlier, our umbrella winner is Theodore from Lewis. Great timing for Theodore to win an umbrella with all this rain, and he has that courtesy of Paul Davis and Coast TV.
We have some sad news to report. Delaware racing legend Eddie Pettyjohn has died at the age of 77. He was one of the, if not the most successful dirt track driver in our region. In the early 1970s, he drove in 4 NASCAR Cup races at Dover. Pettyjohn remained a local hero, earning his last victory at the Delaware International Speedway in 2009 at the age of 63. He was also a beloved figure in Milton, where he ran PJ's Auto Repair for nearly 50 years. Funeral arrangements have not been announced yet.
No drama for Maryland heading into Selection Sunday for this year's NCAA tournament. The Terrapins, they knew they were in. The questions were, at what seed and who would they play in the first round? Those answers, a 4 seed and Friday afternoon date with Western Athletic Conference champion Grand Canyon State. And despite losing in the Big Ten semifinals to Michigan on Saturday, Maryland is on a roll heading into March Madness, having won 8 of their last 10 games.
We knew for sure we were in the tournament, but, it's just a reflection of our hard work. We know the work we put in, the teams we've beaten, and the stuff we've proven. So it's kind of like a let's go, but like lock in at the same time.
The biggest thing for me is, as I've gotten older, is understanding how to attack the NCAA tournament a little bit better. Trying to build your roster. I think the Big Ten forces you to build your roster in a much different way than maybe I would have in the past, just because of the physicality, the size, the speed, the depth. So I think you're better prepared just by being in this conference.
And it is the Terps' highest seed since also getting in at 4 in 2015. Terrapins in the Grand Canyon State, they're called the Lopes, and their tip-off time is 4:35 Friday in Seattle. Here are the top seeds for this year's NCAA tournament. In the South, SEC regular season champ Auburn. In the East, it's Duke, who won the ACC tournament over the weekend. Big 12 champ Houston is the top seed in the Midwest. And in the West, it is the Florida Gators, who cut down the nets yesterday by winning the SEC tournament. Top seeds in the women's tournament, UCLA out of the Big Ten, defending national champ South Carolina. USC is the top seed after a successful debut season in the Big Ten, and Texas rounds out the 4 number 1 seeds in each region. And like their men's counterpart, Maryland's women's program, also a 4 seed, they will take on MEAC champ Norfolk State in the first round on Saturday. Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 8, Bennett travels to Parkside. That's in boys high school lacrosse. Then at 10:30, it's a recap of all of tonight's action on the final score.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at coasttv.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
We'll see sunrise in 25 minutes. Actually, we probably won't. We have a lot of clouds and rain, but that's when it officially comes up. 55 in Ocean View on the Gutter Helmet Cam. The rain tapers off the next few hours. Sunshine for later today, so all is not lost for your St. Patrick's Day festivities. I'll have rain totals and your work week forecast coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, everyone is a local. Fun times and good vibes await with a wide variety of craft brews, plus our award-winning Primo Hoagies made fresh daily. Dance the night away at the best live music venue in Ocean City. And there's never a bad seat to catch your favorite sports team. Dine in or relax on our outside deck with comfortable seating and beautiful palm trees for a cozy, tropical atmosphere. Beach Barrels open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. at 132nd and Coastal Highway.
Get ready for 4 days of fun at SpringFest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, over 200 unique artisan products, and an enhanced selection of food, beer, and wine. You won't want to miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from April 24th to the 27th. SpringFest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances and ticketed headliners like Strangelove, the Depeche Mode Experience, country music sensation Hunter Hayes, and the legendary Wailers featuring Junior Marvin, opened by Pacifier. Don't miss out. Get all the details at ococean.com/SpringFest.
Warm spring days are just around the corner, and Tyndall's Casual Furniture has everything you need to create your perfect outdoor escape. Explore the latest styles in outdoor furniture arriving now, or plan your dream oasis with custom orders guaranteed for spring delivery. All in-stock furniture is on sale, featuring top brands like Pollywood, Casual Comfort, and Telescope, proudly made in the USA. Visit us in Laura or Lewis, or check out our new location in Frankfort, Delaware, opening soon. We're ready to help you transform your outdoor space. Tyndall's Casual Furniture, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
The weather is brought to you by Royal Plus. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make.
It starts small, just a drip. But when tragedy strikes, it doesn't wait for you to be ready. Whether it's a natural disaster or an everyday life mishap. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make. Royal Plus Disaster Cleanup. Visit us at royalplus.com to learn more.
It is 6:47 and we are now taking a live look outside at Milford this morning. And Bob, you mentioned the sun's probably not coming up for a little while. Hopefully we see it at some point today. I don't know, can we see a rainbow? That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe, like Lucky Charms. Maybe there's a bowl of Lucky Charms at the end, or a pot of gold on this St. Patrick's Day. That would be nice. Yeah, we will see the sun later today, but not so this morning. And I have updated the rainfall totals, and they are impressive. Dagsboro, over 3.5 inches of rain for you, 3.47 in Delmar. Rehoboth at 3.4. Milton, over 3 inches, a little shy of 3 inches in Indian River Inlet. Bethany Beach, 2.71 inches, and the list goes on. In Laurel, over 2 inches for you, 2.09 in Georgetown, with Rednet, 1.39, over an inch and a third in Slaughter Beach. Cambridge, 1.39, and Seaford, 9,900. So a good soaking of rain out there. This is our radar replay from the past 6 hours. We had thunderstorms last night, or Sunday evening, and then that transitioned to a heavy rain overnight. Now it's just a steady rain across much of the area from Seaford to Georgetown, Lewis, down to Fenwick Island and Delmar as well. Pockets of heavier rain are possible in this deep green color. We see that back through Salisbury, Pittsville, Ocean Pines as well, with the heaviest of the rain offshore right now. And the eastern shore, Cambridge, you're in the steady rain. So is Bucktown, and then heavy rain south of there, extending into the Chesapeake Bay and eastern Virginia. So we're still seeing this rain coming up along a stationary front. You can see it farther south down into the Hampton Roads area. It's low pressure moving along a slow moving cold front. It's kind of stalled out right now, but eventually we'll get a nudge, and we'll start to see this rain ending here in the next few hours. And behind it, it's cooler and drier high pressure that will build in, and those northwest winds will kick in this afternoon. Right now, temperature-wise, not too bad out there, mid-50s, and the winds are light, but they're going to rev up later on. But we're still going to see some of that steady to possibly heavy rain through 7 a.m. on Futurecast. Watch for ponding on the road, some flooding in poor drainage areas. That heavy rain right along the coast by mid-morning. Then it's over. Then by noon, mostly cloudy skies. Winds start picking up out of the northwest. We see some sunshine by mid-afternoon, but gusty winds drying us out with upper 50s and lower 60s inland. Cooler at the coast. And then this evening is breezy and cold. In fact, by tomorrow morning, we're looking at gusty northwest winds and actual temperatures in the 30s. Above freezing, but feels like temperatures into the 20s, and lots of sunshine for your Tuesday. Lower 60s inland, but cooler for the coast. And those winds starting to pick up out of the northwest as we go through the morning, gusting close to 30 miles per hour this afternoon. So that'll dry things out, but then that wind is going to feel pretty cold into tomorrow morning. And then the winds do finally start to lighten up after that. Spring arrives on Thursday, and with that, some spring showers, I think, later Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. But then by Friday, we do start to dry it out. The first full day of spring is looking breezy and cooler. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. A rainy start on this St. Patrick's Day with sun to end, 61, 62 Tuesday, upper 60s Wednesday. Spring arrives a little wetter, but not as wet as this system, 69. Cool down for Friday, and then 60s for the weekend. Not bad with a mix of sun and clouds.
Bob, if you do see some smoky skies in Delaware over the next couple of weeks, it could be part of a plan. A prescribed burn is scheduled at both Bombay Hook and Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge. Crews from Delaware's Forest Service and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Fire staff, they're going to be on site actually for these burns, and they'll burn about 80 acres near Bear Swamp Pool and Prime Hook Road. The burns will take place on one day each week at each refuge between today and April 20th. They are contingent on outside burn and dry weather conditions in Delaware.
The time is now 6:51. We're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is a fostering fail, and we are saying that's a good thing because on your screen, that is Honey, who has found her forever home. Honey's owner says she is the best girl and just couldn't part ways after fostering, so the two decided to make this companionship permanent. Honey and her owner live in Georgetown.
And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
And that is where that QR code is. If you scan that, you can get your friends to us here, and then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Here's a live look at Laurel on the Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Lots of water on the lens. It's just gloomy out there this morning. Delay travel if you can. The rain will ease off here the next few hours, but watch for puddles and some local flooding. Sunshine later today, so all is not lost on the St. Patrick's Day. Maybe another rain chance by Thursday as spring arrives. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Accurate Termite and Pest Control. Our professional pest management program includes year-round protection, 4 seasonal visits or more, and pest-free peace of mind. Locally owned and operated, Accurate Termite and Pest Control, on target since 1995.
Fall in love with safety and reliability at Gateway Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Transform your bathroom from ordinary to stunning in a snap with Shower Glass.
At Showerglass, we provide fast turnaround time, professional installation, and a lifetime warranty. Our pricing is competitive. We don't need a copy of someone else's quote to get you the best possible price. Now you can replace your curtain with a semi-frameless shower door starting at $13.50. Showerglass, it's all we do. Visit showerglassdoors.net to schedule your free consultation.
A wet crawl space is a lurking hazard, inviting mold, rot, and structural worries. The answer is Brazier's Crawl Space Encapsulation. Our specialist tailors the solution to your exact crawl space. Our expert team cleans and upgrades your crawl space into a pristine, protected environment, and we only use April Air dehumidifiers, reliable and robust, complete with a 5-year warranty. Take the first step to a drier, safer home. Call Brazier's or visit our website. Your peace of mind is just one call away.
Accurate termite and pest control. A new season is coming and so are the pests. They want in. Trust Accurate to keep them out year-round. Locally owned and operated, Accurate termite and pest control, on target since 1995.
6:55, and here are the things you need to know before you go. Tonight, Milton officials could take action on buying several lots of land in the town. This is the 200 block of Mulberry Street and the 100 block of Magnolia Street. If you're familiar with the town, this is just north of Tequila Real. This area could be used to build a future police station and town meeting space. That land will be discussed at tonight's mayor and town council meeting.
School district referendum taking place this week. We've been talking about it for a while now. It's in the Indian River School District, and this is the week. The expense referendum is scheduled for Thursday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. The district is seeking additional money to help with operating costs along with the recruitment and retention of staff. If voters approve the referendum, it'll lead to a $24.10 a month tax increase for the average district property owner, or about $289 on average per year.
It is 6:56. We're going to take another quick look at your St. Patrick's Day forecast.
Yeah, what a way to start the week, Bob. We're starting to come out of some of that wild weather we had.
Certainly, big time. You know, we have picked up about 2 to 3 inches of rain through the overnight hours. So I've been stressing all morning, really be careful out there. Take it slow, delay travel if you can, because we have a lot of big puddles, ponding on the road. Still a chance of some flooding in poor drainage areas. Here's our satellite and radar still showing rain moving into Sussex County. You see these yellow areas, and that's indicating some heavier rain. We still have some showers to go, I think, for the next few hours. Then we'll finally start to dry things out. So I think we see the rain through about 8 a.m. Then it does dry out, cloudy through noon. Temperature slowly rising through the 50s into the upper 50s this afternoon with some sunshine, and with winds picking up out of the northwest, it will dry out. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, sunshine and 62 on Tuesday. Last day of winter Wednesday, not bad, 67. First day of spring showers, 69. We'll take it. 55 on Friday. It dries out for the upcoming weekend with highs in the 60s, and still temperatures above normal into next week. Maybe some showers later Monday on into Tuesday.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Monday morning and St. Patrick's Day, everybody.